I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Good morning.
It's time to wake up.
This is Snowman in the Morning on the Arena Sports Network.
Did you not get the memo?
Let's get busy!
Okay, let me see if I remember how to do this. On your mark, get set. What comes next? Oh yeah, go. And this is going to be a little subdued because I'm not at full voice. Good morning! I'm back. Kinda, sorta. You ever had one of those nights where you just don't get enough sleep no matter what you do? Last night was one of those kind of nights. But Snowman in the Morning is back. It is August 1st. Can y'all believe that? It's August 1st. And we are rolling right along. I said, wait a minute. I didn't mean for that to happen. Dag nabbit. You know what? This is what I get for letting my producer mess with my toys. I should know better. Snowman in the Morning, presented by LaporteCountyLife.com. LaPorte County Life, have you heard the good news? And also driven by Sowers Ford of Michigan City. Visit them online at SowersAuto.com. Wow. We've made it to August 1st. Thank you, Lord, for that. There's been a lot of turbulence throughout the last couple of months. But we continue on. And I got a friend, Joshua Jackson, who is celebrating his birthday this month. And I'm going to tease him the entire time until his birthday comes up. Let me thank the folks at WRHC in Three Oaks, Michigan, for their acceptance of the Sports Drive, a show you can hear every Tuesday evening on WRHC 106.7 FM in Harbor Country. It's in Three Oaks, Michigan. Thank you all for that. Dave Repetto and the rest of the bunch there. One of my partners in crime, Donna Cavanaugh, who does a show every Thursday morning on RadioHarborCountry.org called Cavanaugh Live. She's been instrumental to me. Oh, quite a few people. And in case you haven't noticed, there's a new look to the website, arenasportsnet.com. And I thank the folks at Binary Web Consulting for that. A lot of guidance, a lot of things went into play in putting that site together, but it is together, it is live, it is smoking, and it is rolling. And so far, the reviews that we have gotten have been all positive. And thank you all for that. Got a couple of more announcements to go during the course of the show this morning. You got Rusty Silber coming in a couple of minutes for Rusty's Morning Wrap, and all kinds of stuff to talk about this morning, including a report by the Sun-Times that made me mad. I mean, a report has not made me this mad in a while. All right. Snowman's Eatery of the Week, a little thing I'm bringing back also. Where is this thing? There it is. Snowman, like I said, Snowman's Eatery of the Week also coming back. I'll do something like that this morning. And just all kinds of stuff that we're going to mix in. And as I said, I got a couple of announcements to come your way. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, as a good friend of mine would say, I'm still trying to wake up. So what does my producer do? What does Woody do? He brings me, this is courtesy of Game. He brought me a little present. On my birthday, he took me to GameWorks in Schaumburg, and I've talked about that place before. A wonderful place. Go check it out if you can. And he brought me this mug. And again, this is presented by GameWorks. And I thought he did the most unsacred thing and filled it with coffee. As it turns out, he suckered me, and he filled it with tea. Why, yada. Ay. All right, enough of the rambling around. It is 5 beyond the hour, and you all know on Snowman in the Morning at 5 beyond the hour, we talk some real sports. As we tell you what happened last night and get you ready for today is Rusty's Morning Wrap. And Rusty Silver's on the line with me. Good morning, Rusty.
Good morning, Brian. Welcome back, and it's good to be back. A lot of stuff to talk about in the world of sports, not only for today, but through the weekend. I'm excited. You're excited for it. So are the fans. So
yes.
Let's get to this morning, Brian. Everybody, welcome to Friday and the weekend. Rusty's Morning Wrap, presented by Wood Forest Bank, the official bank of the Arena Sports Network. Major League Baseball's trading deadline has come and gone on Thursday afternoon. Let's just say that the Cubs and Sox had to find some people, and the Cubs decided to see if they could find another prospect or two. They sent away relief pitcher James Russell and infield outfielder Emilio Bonifacio to the Atlanta Braves for a Class A pitcher, Victor Caratini. While the White Sox didn't make any moves, they stayed pat to see if they can make a run at the wild card. However, a few other major deals around Major League Baseball found David Price landing in Detroit in a 3-team trade. Austin Jackson to Seattle, and the Rays picked up left-handed pitcher Drew Smyly and infielder Nick Franklin. Red Sox sent pitcher John Lester off to the A's along with outfielder Johnny Gomes in return for slugger Jonas Cespedes. Yankees made a deal with the Red Sox, picked up Stephen Drew for infielder Kelly Johnson, and the Cardinals picked up pitcher John Lackey off the Red Sox for outfielder Alan Gregg and right-handed pitcher Joe Kelly.
This is crazy.
On the field, Jose Abreu keeps hitting. Now his hitting streak has reached 20 games. The White Sox top the Tigers 7-4 at Comerica Park in Detroit. Sox return home to face the Twins at U.S. Cellular. This evening, Chris Sale will oppose Logan Darnell. Cubs got a great pitching performance from Jake Arrieta, who allowed a run in 7 innings of work to get his 6th victory. Hector Rondon earned his 14th save. Cubs beat the Rockies 3-1 at Wrigley Field. Cubs will travel to play the Dodgers in L.A. late this evening. Kyle Hendricks faces Dan Heron. Bears are ready for football, and they will go from Bourbonnais to Soldier Field tomorrow night for a family night starting at 6:30 p.m. From practice to fireworks, in case you want to catch them over the lakefront. As Derek Rose continues to work his way back and is practicing with Team USA, Rose believes that right now he's on the most talented team in the NBA. It's a wait-and-see situation for the Bulls and the upcoming season. WNBA, Elena Delle Donne has returned to the Sky from Lyme disease. She scored 10 points in over 10 minutes last night. The Sky got past the visiting New York Liberty again. Only done it 9 times in the last 2 seasons. 87-74 at the All-State Arena. Sky had 6 players in double figures. The Sky will host Washington Sunday afternoon. Golf, the World Golf Championship at Firestone Country Club, Akron, Ohio. Mark Leishman has a 1-shot lead at 6 under par. After the opening round, defending champ Tiger Woods started out at 2 under par. Second round starts this morning. Auto racing, NASCAR Sprint Cup race will be at the Pocono Raceway on Sunday afternoon. Soccer, the Chicago Fire, with its 12 ties, will host the Columbus Crew tomorrow evening at Center Park, while the Red Stars are in Washington trying to go after a playoff spot in the NWSL. And lastly, Brian, since we've turned the calendar over to August, college football camps are starting up with last year's champion Florida State at number 1 in the Coaches Bowl. And don't forget, high school football opening weekend is just 4 weeks away. Rusty Silver for the Arena Sports Network, and don't forget to visit Wood Forest Bank at woodforest.com for more information.
4 weeks away, and high school football gets into high gear. Can you believe that?
I don't believe it. I can't believe that practices are opening up for high schools in a matter of, 12, 13 days?
13 days. 13 days. And with our studios now being here in Glenview, I may have to check out a few games up this way and have you join me.
Possibility.
Lots of...
I don't know if I want to see... There are some teams that I really don't want to see up north, but there are some teams that are pretty good up here. I can teach you a few a few of the schools.
That's why I'm trusting you. Thank you, Rusty. Have a great weekend. I will talk to you Monday.
All right, have a great day, buddy.
Rusty Silber is back. We're back, and we take 60 seconds. Actually, we're gonna take longer than that because I'm getting yelled at right now. Oh boy, we'll see where this goes next. It's Potluck Friday on Snowman in the Morning. Back in a deuce.
Have you heard the good news about a company that started 4 years ago and worked at a relentless pace based entirely upon one simple premise? Have you heard the good news about a place you can go to enjoy positive, community-oriented information about the town, city, or region that you live in and the people involved? Have you heard the good news that you yourself can share stories about this same theme to others in your community? That place is LaPorteCountyLife.com. At LaPorteCountyLife.com, you can celebrate a company that had a crazy dream based on a belief that positive breeds positive, and that people want to read, hear, and watch stuff about good people. At LaPorteCountyLife.com, you can go to a place to enjoy positive, community-oriented information about the town, city, or region that you live in, and the people involved. Want to see more? Want to read more? Want to hear more? Then go to LaPorteCountyLife.com. Have you heard the good news? Get your best price on Ford trucks, Focus, F-150, Explorer, Escape, and Lincoln MKS, MKT, MKX, MKZ, as well as Fiesta, Fusion, Taurus, Mustang, Navigator, and all other new Ford Lincoln vehicles at the all-new Sowers Ford in Lincoln, Northwest Indiana's newest Ford Lincoln dealer. We offer new and used Ford Lincoln vehicles, parts, service, and used car. If you are in Northwest Indiana or near Michigan City, LaPorte, Hobart, Burns Harbor, Valparaiso, Chesterton, South Bend, or Portage, there is no comparison to the other dealers around town. We are about to earn your business with top quality service and the most competitive pricing in Indiana. Stop by today at 3930 Franklin Street in Michigan City or give us a call at 219-879-5381. That's 219-879-5381. Or visit us online at www.sowersauto.com. Sowers Ford Lincoln, Northwest Indiana's newest Ford Lincoln dealer.
Now what's that? I say now what's that boy up to? Better check on it, yeah.
You're listening to Snowman in the Morning.
Ask a silly question, you get a silly answer.
The new Look ASN website is out, and reviews have been all positive so far. Go check it out for yourself at arenasportsnet.com. In 4 weeks' time, high school football gets started, and we'll start our coverage on the south side with the Marist Redhawks beginning Friday, August 29th, when they host DuSable. Jeez, I can't talk this morning. They host DuSable at 7:30, and we'll be live at 6:30 with a special hour-long pregame show. We'll tell you everything that's going on with Marist football, and they're going to be a hard act. Last year's team's going to be a hard act to follow, but I got the feeling they got some stuff in place. You'll find out all about that in 4 weeks' time on August 29th when they host DuSable at Marist Stadium. Kickoff time set for 7:30. We'll go up at 6:30 with an hour-long pregame show. My buddy Josh Lopez checking in this morning. And Josh, I owe you an apology. And in fact, I owe a lot of people an apology for the simplest of reasons. Was going through a lot of stuff and didn't clue you in on it. Well, it's about time I told my story, and here it comes. This is Potluck Friday. We're going to get to some sports talk in just a moment. I'm being told to use the other microphone, and I think that's a wise idea. Okay, good. All right, we got a better sound now. We're testing a few things as we go along. Got a few announcements coming at the end of the show. I may as well make one of them right now. This is the final express edition of Snowman in the Morning, where it's only an hour. We're going back to our full 2-hour slate, and maybe even 3 in the next week, beginning next week. I'll let you know more about that. This is why I need to apologize to Josh. This is why I need to apologize to a lot of the fans that tune into the show, and some that still tune in. And thank you all for that. There was a situation going on with myself and my family. And a lot of people didn't understand, including my birth family. There's a lot of people that didn't understand, and to this day, they still don't understand. Here's what happened. A year ago, March, Liz and I welcomed Donna, baby Donna, into the world. Everybody knew about that. Well, all of my friends knew about that, and I was very happy. And I'm being told, I was told for so long, don't talk about this. It's going to upset you, but I got to get this out. Liz's family didn't like the fact that A, Liz and I were together, and B, that we shared a child. To the point where her family, aunts and uncles especially, basically erased me from their lives. No contact, nothing. I mean, any form of communication that Liz and I shared was quickly taken away. And very, very few people, including my friend Lisa in Hilliard, Ohio, and I'm going to try to do this without crying, so forgive me. And Josh, I need you to forgive me for going silent because that was the situation. And Josh kept asking me, even while I was covering Marquette Catholic and their run to the state championship, he kept asking me, what's going on with the show? You need to get back on air. You need to get back on air. Josh, I couldn't. And Jeff Escow, I couldn't. Because at the time, at a time when my professional career was beginning to take off, my personal life was a mess. And it was all engineered by some very, very, trying to do this nicely, misguided people. And that's the nicest way I'm going to put it without swearing. Some misguided people engineered my family's separation. And right now, neither of my two favorite girls are here with me. And some of the things that were said to me, you don't have enough to offer, you don't have any money, you don't have a reason to be in this situation. My own family didn't believe in me, okay? And I will not mention the two people in my family that royally, for lack of a better term, and forgive me folks, royally pissed me off with their words and with their actions. I won't mention those two people. I'll mention Liz's aunts and uncles all damn day. Because what happened was wrong. And I found out throughout the course of the past 18 months that I'm not the only one that has gone through this. Truth of the matter is, I have not spoken to Liz since April 12th, and that's because she's had the inability to contact me because her family is surrounding her in the process of making her believe that money is everything, when it's not. I usually do something like this at the end of the show, but I've got to get this off my chest. When I finally realized what happened and what was systematically done, I got mad. I got angry, every synonym of the word. But you know what I did, though? I took all that anger, all that frustration, the past 18 months, and I put it into my work. When you're in a situation where you are absolutely forced to make a choice, and neither choice is fair, you go silent for a while. And I went silent for about 6 months. People still heard me on air doing play-by-play calls with Mark Farina. Alvin Washington has been with me. And by the way, you'll hear Alvin on Monday afternoon. More on that later. That tea is good. But the people that have really been close to me, Michael Lyle included, Rusty, they all know what's going on. And I said it before, and I will say it again, and I'm probably going to start crying, so you have to forgive me. When you are forced to make a choice and neither choice is fair, It does something to you. It's either I take, and at the time I was staying with my mother, it's either I take my child and I try to stay with my mother, and I may as well put this out there too, who basically denounced my child. When I showed my mother a picture of that beautiful little girl that was born on March 6th, the first thing, even before she saw the picture, she asked me, "You are going to be there, right?" "You're damn skippy. I'm being there for Liz and for Donna. I'm doing what I need to do, and I'm doing what I have to do, and I'm also doing what I want to do, because that is my family." A month later, when I showed my mother a picture of Donna, she turned her back on me by saying, "You need to get a paternity test." My sister, the same way. "You need to get a paternity test. She doesn't look like you." Well, damn it, what am I supposed to do when I already figured it out? I hate to inform y'all of this, but Liz and I already did the math. And biologically, we knew she wasn't my daughter, but the day she was born, March 6, 2013, she became my daughter. And that day that Liz delivered, she was so scared that I was going to walk out, and I'm not going to do that. I couldn't do that, not to those two beautiful faces. No. I don't care if Liz's family is listening. I don't care if my family is listening. I am at a point right now where I simply don't care. I don't bleeping care, because what was systematically done to Liz, myself, and Donna was unfair. And people in my family are talking about fair is fair. Y'all have no bleeping clue what fair is. None. Because if you had a clue, you would have allowed that dream to continue to become reality. For about 3.5 weeks, I was a father. And it was taken away from me. You know, people tell me, "Oh, that's just how you feel." Baloney. It's not just how I feel. It's what happened. And I want to cuss so badly, but I'm trying not to for the benefit of the fans that have tuned in this entire time. I put all my energy into my work. I put all my energy into ASN. You know, and Josh kept, kudos to Josh for staying on me, okay? He kept saying, "You have to get back on air. You have to let the fans know. You have to let the people know what's going on." Well, Josh, my brother, I have to tell you, I didn't know what was going on. When you have all this stuff thrown at you, and unfortunately, April 11th of last year, I was forced to give up my daughter for adoption. They got to Liz the day before, and when I went to Indianapolis to go through all of the first month checks for my daughter, that's when they hit me. You know, and people have been telling me all the time, you can't sign your rights away. I had to think of Donna's welfare. I had to think of Donna's happiness. And at that point in time, as bad as I wanted to keep my daughter, I couldn't. Nor could Liz. Neither of us were in a situation. And let me tell you something about Liz, about some of the males in Liz's family. If this gets me in trouble, so be it. They were to the point where they pulled their financial support from her unless I was gone. That's just plain stupid. And I'm going to put this word out there too because I feel I've gone through it. That's just plain racist because Liz was white. And I'm not ashamed to admit anymore what happened to me over the past 18 months. But when your own family looks at you and tells you you need to get a paternity test and throws every kind of old school value about being a parent and being there for your family out the window, it kicks you right in the ass. And that's what happened for 18 months. Every single day, I was reminded by the people that were supposed to support me that I needed to turn away. I was forced to turn away from a beautiful baby girl that I shared with Liz. And they forced Liz to turn away from her also. Families can drive a couple apart. I've seen it, and now I have been through it. The family that adopted Donna, God bless them, because they have a beautiful, vibrant baby girl. And they stepped in when everything was going to you-know-where. And they just expect Liz or I to turn off our feelings for that beautiful baby girl or for each other? No. Not going to happen. I'm at a point right now where if I do see Liz again, all bets are off. But in the interest of fairness and in the interest of facts, when you're forced to make a choice, you know what, let me put this in a way that a lot of people understand. I borrow from the first Spider-Man movie. This is how you know when only fools are heroes. Because you never know when some lunatic will come along with a sadistic choice. And unfortunately, this man was presented with that unfair, sadistic choice. And in the process, I lost my family. And I'm telling y'all, if I see Liz again, all bets are off. Period. And I'm not saying that in terms of being physically violent. No. I'm saying that it will be on in terms of reuniting my family. Because when stupid people like that are allowed to get away with what was done to Liz and I, somebody, and I don't mean physically violent, no. Somebody needs to give them a dose of their own medicine. That's how bad it got. And right now, that's how bad it is. We are living in such a society that is so hell-bent on money, on status, and I'll put a word behind it, on status quo. It's ridiculous to separate a family that was just getting the means together to raise a child. It's often been said that it takes a village to raise a child. And in many cases, that is true. But it's unfair when the village is controlled by people who want to put the people in the village that they want to. Liz Rorick, I don't know if you're listening, but just know that I love you. I miss you. And if the stars were ever to align, and if the Lord allows us to have a way to see each other, we will have our time once again. You won't even have to ask. As a man, I'm being forced to move on. As a man, I'm being forced to turn away. And the last 18 months away from the mic have been the toughest of my life. But with folks like Josh Lopez, folks like Voody that have been in my corner, my friend Lisa Morris, Anna Schooley, who I will talk about on Monday, Rusty Silber, and Michael Lyle, Joshua Jackson, and many others. They've been there in my corner. And to you, Josh Lopez, one of my staunchest supporters, now you know why I've been silent for as long as I have. It was unfair for me to be silent to the folks that have supported me most. But as overwhelmed as I was, I had no choice. I absolutely had no choice. I haven't figured everything out yet. And I don't know if I ever will after this. But I'm going to give it one hell of a bleeping shot. I'm going to give it one hell of a bleeping shot. Back in the deuce.
Looking for a reason to visit U.S. Tire and Auto in Gary, Indiana? Our customers gave us 5 of them. The high standards of quality service and parts, lifetime warranties, a strong business built on honesty and integrity. They've been servicing the Gary community since 1991 and the largest auto and light truck tire dealer in the city of Gary, Indiana. We have a variety of products and services that are instrumental to the health of your car, including our tire fitment guide to help you find the correct size tires for your automobile. Our friendly service staff will quickly outfit your vehicle with a high-quality tire that is right for you. Check out our tire and wheel catalog to give your vehicle the perfect fit. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 219-884-4600 or visit us online at www.ustire-auto.com. Have you heard the good news about a crazy dream based on a belief that positive breeds positive and that people want to read, hear, and watch stuff about good people? Have you heard the good news about a place you can go to enjoy positive, community-oriented information about the town, city, or region you live in and the people involved? Have you heard the good news about a place where you can celebrate what is right in the world, share it with your friends, family, and community, and neighbors at school, work, or place of worship, and have fun doing it? Well, there is such a place. That place is LaPorteCountyLife.com. LaPorteCountyLife.com is all about the positive, not the negative, bringing out the best and not the worst, and all about promoting positivity in your community. LaPorteCountyLife.com. Have you heard the good news?
Now what's that? I say now what's that boy up to? Better check on it, yeah.
You're listening to Snowman in the Morning.
Ask a silly question and get a silly answer.
Tomorrow in Naperville, Illinois, the CILL, the Continental Indoor Lacrosse League, comes to the Arena Sports Network with the help of the Lacrosse Radio Network. The Chicago Outlaws will host the Grand Rapids Dragonfish at 6 p.m. We'll be up at 5:30 with the pregame show live from Naperville, Illinois. A full season of the CILL comes to ASN courtesy of the Lacrosse Radio Network beginning tomorrow. Beginning tomorrow at 5:30 Central Time. And also beginning on Monday in conjunction with the CILL, you will hear a weekly show called CI2L Weekly. We take you through the week that was, and we'll start you on the path to the week that will be. The matchups, the interviews, the players, the coaches, everything you want to know about Continental Indoor Lacrosse League will be on CI2L Weekly, a half-hour show to accompany our coverage of the CILL in 2014. Well, folks, oh, man. Josh just wrote me back. He's in the if you're following along with us, you can follow along with us in Spreaker. He said, I'm so sorry. I wish I knew this earlier. I was be in your corner. Like I said, the only time I was happy was being with ASN, and that's why I was pushing it. You don't deserve that. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Josh, for all of that. Michael Lyle has told me the same thing. A replay of this will be immediately available after the broadcast. You know what? I miss the chat room being lit up with everybody in it and all the stuff we used to do. And it's all going to come back. Trust me, it's all going to come back. I just needed to focus. I had to get out everything that I was feeling. I told a special friend that I would say hi to her this morning. Her name is Shauna. And she currently lives in Austin, Texas. And she's been a dear friend for over 10 years. There was a time where she and I didn't speak because of a misunderstanding. And that has since been cleared up. And about Shauna, sports-wise, she's a big-time New Orleans Saints fan, which is kind of cool. And she's an LSU Tiger fan. So I can say either who dat or go Tigers and get her to have the biggest smile on her face. So good morning, Shauna. Have a great day at work. Love you dearly. And I do hope you get some rest because I know you're working hard down in Austin, Texas. Snowman in the Morning, presented in part by Sowers Ford of Michigan City. Visit SowersAuto.com or visit them in person at 3350 Franklin Street in Michigan City, Indiana. Oh, we got all kinds of stuff coming around here. This is our last Express edition of Snowman in the Morning. The last hour-long edition. We'll go back to the full 2 hours beginning next week. What do we want to do? Eatery? Yeah, let's do that. There have been quite a few segments that I introduced and suddenly had to call to a halt because of everything that was going on. I want y'all to forgive me. But there was one that I did the day after the Super Bowl in February. Snowman's Eatery of the Week. And this week, I'm going to reintroduce a place called Snickers. It's in downtown Chicago, and it's on Hubbard Avenue. And Snickers is a little place, but they have big portions, y'all. Because I thought I had eaten the biggest gyro alive from a place on the south side on 111th and Michigan Avenue. Snickers got this place beat. And I'm talking about the kind of gyro where the meat is piled up higher than you can stand. And somehow I killed that doggone thing. Gotta have some water to start the day. So that's our eatery of the week. I'm going to do this in more detail beginning next week because I got a lot more to tell you about. Okay, is the sauce actually good? Joshua Lopez, you know better than to ask me that question. I would not have eaten the cotton picking thing if the sauce wasn't good. Not to mention they combined it with a little barbecue sauce for a great mixture. Wow. And I mean, their hamburgers are out of this world. And I've been to my share of hamburger places. I love Bar Louie. Where the hell? I've been to a lot of hamburger places between here and Minnesota and just hamburger places here. All right, even those little even those little dives, like on the south side, you know. But these hamburgers at Snickers, oh, there's a place. Josh just gave me a place where, you know what, Josh? You have an assignment. See if we can do a show from Epic Burger. And we'll make it an afternoon blast. Well, actually, you know what we'll do? We'll go there, we'll have some burgers, and then we'll talk about it. Let's see what happens. Rusty introduced me to a place here in Glenview called Irving's Hot Dogs. Oh, my Lord. Oh, baby. You talk about a place that knows how to do hot dogs. Man, that's... Whew. Rusty, thank you for that. That's across the street from my studio. One day, Josh, we will do this. Boy. Thank you all for being patient with me this morning. And the second part of the show after I came back from the first break was something I just had to get off my chest, and I got something else to get off my chest in just a moment. Open Mic Broadcast Network has their preseason football special tonight, beginning at 6 p.m. Log on to Open Mic I think it's OBN. I'll get the website in a minute, and I'll do that in a moment. This is Potluck Friday. That's why I'm rambling along. There are so many things that I wanted to talk about, but once I got started with what I was talking about earlier, it just it took off. And usually from our studios here in Glenville, Voody would get mad at me if I take off on a rant like that. But I turned around and he looked and he gave me the thumbs up and he said, keep going. So I did. Here's a question. And I want not just sports fans, but I want people to think about this question. Have you ever been in a situation where you were forced to make a choice and neither choice was fair? Why don't you tweet me at SIT Morning and at Arena Sportsnet with your answer, or give us an answer on our Facebook page. That's not the question of the day, but I want people to understand what happened, and I put it in the form of that question. Have you ever been in a situation where you were forced to make a choice and neither choice was fair? Nothing like cold water in the morning to get you started. Now, speaking of rants, and speaking of stupid people, I'm tired of these people claiming that there is a rift between Derrick Rose and the Bulls organization. I'm tired of it. Why don't y'all like Derrick Rose? Because he was out for 2 years with injuries? And he's trying to work his way back? Why do some people... You know what? And Josh, I'm going to need your help on this one. Do you think some people are scared that when Derrick Rose does come back, he'll be the human blur once again? That he will be every bit of the MVP that he was in 2011? Does that frighten y'all? Does it scare you? Does it make you think? Does it make you realize that a statement that Stacey King says or said is going to be absolutely true once again? Does it make you shake in your boots that Derrick Rose could be not only the MVP but the MDP, the most dominant player on the planet? Does it make you think twice about misjudging Derrick Rose? And let me throw this in there. Does it make you think twice in your mind? Because I know some people will never ever admit it or voice it. But does it make you think twice that Derrick Rose's statement yesterday could come to fruition? That the Chicago Bulls, yes, the Chicago Bulls, are the most talented team in the NBA right now, with everybody that is there? Does it give you that much fear? Does it make you think that much that Derrick Rose's statement could be correct? Now, we don't know what the hell is going to happen until camp meets in September. But save the San Antonio Spurs. I think the Bulls are not only the most talented team in the NBA, they're going to be one of the deepest teams in the NBA, and they're going to frighten the daylights out of a lot of people. A lot of people. Josh gave me an answer to the question I posed. When he said, Josh says this, when I was in my senior year of high school and my last final year of football during that summer, my parents got divorced and my dad moved out of my life. I was so down and didn't care about anything that the littlest thing would make me snap. Brother, have I been there. I couldn't get into it as an original member of the Rana football team. I felt I let everybody down because I didn't care about anything. It was either succumbing to the pressure of me letting me get my personal life together or playing football and not care about it while playing. I turned into somebody I'm not proud of. I had so much going on during the time of the divorce, and had my final year of jazz band and the start of college application process. Just the personal stuff at home trumped everything for me. Mr. Lopez, now you get it. Now you get it. You know, because Josh posed an honest question to me with everything that was going on around me. Josh posed an honest question to me when he said, well, actually, he posed two honest questions to me. The first one was, are you going to let her family get to you like that? And the second one was, are you going to let the momentum of the show and of the company die just because you're trying to hit a target? Josh, the target was already hit. The irons were hot, and we're still mining them. But with everything that was going on between myself and Liz's family, I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to do. I just stayed in a lot of constant prayer. When your family here I go back into this again, so please forgive me. When your family constantly tells you, you know what? Let me tell a story I've only told a few people. And I made a statement on Facebook. I'll read Josh's other statement in a minute. Okay, I will put this in a statement and in a language that people that have gone through this hardcore will understand. The night after Christmas, I was at my mother's house. Like I said, I was staying there at the time. The night after Christmas, a friend came over and told his girlfriend, Brian's a radio announcer. My mother's retort was the following, and I quote, "Oh, please, he's nothing but a wannabe." Close quote. Really? With all the work that I put in and my friends that have been backing me up have put in, you're going to say a statement like that? Because you're so hell-bent on money and status, you're going to say that to me? 2 months later, I got this. When she, meaning my mother now, said to me, "Your nephew needs a man's opinion, not like yours really matters." When statements like that are said to people, to the folks who said them, family or not, do you realize, especially when they are said to a man, do you realize how much you are A, hurting them, and B, pissing them off? Do you realize the rift that you are creating with such negativity? Do you realize? Do you absolutely? I need an honest answer from some folks that have gone through this. Do the folks that have said these things absolutely realize the hellacious attitude that they are creating, that they are installing, that they are putting themselves in a position to feel the wrath of once everything comes together. Do they realize what they are saying? More to the point, do they realize what they are doing? Or do they just not care? Do they just not care what they are saying or doing? You know, and everything's going to come together, and I'm going to confront these people. Oh, we didn't realize what you were doing. Baloney. You knew what you were doing the whole time. You had this planned out the whole time. Somebody got an email, and it wasn't me for once. You knew what the hell you were doing. You knew exactly what the hell you were doing. You know, Josh gave me another response. Ever felt like you were the most hated man in the world? I felt that way during my high school time, which didn't help when the divorce happened, because I was the most hated guy in my class, and only because they never took the time to get to know me. Mr. Lopez, now you know what I've been through with my ex-fiance's family. To the point where, listen to this, y'all. To the point where one of Liz's uncles did not shake my hand when I offered it to him. Now I'm going to cuss, and y'all going to have to forgive me. And I am just saying this out of pure, unadulterated anger. I am not going to be physically violent unless I'm pushed. Unless something happens to Liz or Donna. I'm not going to be physically violent toward this man. But the first thing in my heart and in my brain, when he did not shake my hand when I offered it to him after Donna was born, if I ever see this sumbitch in an alley, he's getting a clothesline from hell to start with. And I know I'm going to touch a nerve with Josh because I'm going to start talking wrestling. But that sumbitch is going to get a clothesline from hell, a DDT, a last ride, a rock bottom, and to finish it off, a Stone Cold Stunner. Oh, I've been waiting this. Oh! You're not going to shake my hand when you're meeting your niece? You dumb son of a bitch? No, let me change my statement. You racist son of a bitch. I'm going to have to ask everybody to forgive me. I am letting a tombstone to finish. You damn right. No, tombstone would be too good. How dare you not accept a handshake from a man that's trying to step up and be there for a member of your family and a new member of your family? How dare you? You pompous ass? You pompous, stupid fool? This is me just spouting off, so forgive me in advance, ladies and gentlemen. I've held this, you have to understand, I have held this for 18 months. And I'm getting this off my chest in the best way I know how. When I spoke of Liz's uncle just a moment ago, and we were showing off Donna, he did not shake my hand when I offered it to him. How dare you? How dare you not have a set of balls to shake the hand of a fellow that is trying to ingratiate himself into a family because he cares about a member of your family and loves her dearly? How dare you not have the balls to get to know somebody that is trying to be a member of the family and know y'all at the same time? And I'm speaking about the women of this family too. I'm going to hate myself for saying it, but it's got to come out. How dare y'all not have the balls to get to know me before you pass your judgment? How dare you pass judgment on the first meeting? How dare you pass judgment every time that you see me without getting to know either me or the situation that's going on? How dare you look me in the eyes? And her sister said a statement to me, and I've got to let this out. And Josh, I know I'm going to get an okay from you. Her sister said to me during a Thanksgiving gathering, we wanted to cut this off at the knees. And y'all are going to have to forgive me for my next statement because this was a knee-jerk reaction that I thought and never voiced until now. Bitch, who are you to not allow Liz to make the decisions that she wants to make because you're scared about her being hurt? I was not the one who was hurting her. Y'all were. I was not the one who was making her cry all the time with your stupid words and stupid decisions. Y'all were. I was not the villain. You guys were the villains. You guys were the villainesses. The women and the aunts and the uncles of Liz's family were the villains and the villainesses. I don't care who hears it. I've got to get this off my chest. How dare y'all pass judgment without getting to know how Liz is around me? How dare y'all pass judgment without watching to see how she interacts with me and around me? How dare you present an impossible choice? And I mean it was an impossible choice for us to give up something we had talked about months on end, being together and raising a family. And I'm seeing this happen more and more and more in life, and it's pissing me off. Am I completely guilt-free? No. I've also made the mistake in my past of passing judgment without getting to know a person. Yes, I am guilty of that same crime. And I already know some people's response. Well, that's what you get. Man, shut up before I put my foot in your ass. Just shut up. You know, and some people's skewed points are proven correct with this situation when they don't even know what the bloody hell happened. More to the point, they won't know what happened. Again, I ask the fans to forgive me and hearing all this anger, but this had to come out. It's been eating at me for months. 18 and a half of them to be exact. With that in mind.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over.
Oh, man. Wasn't that great, kid?
Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for letting me vent on a Friday. Thank you all for being there. To the true fans of the show and of the network, thank you for always being there. We love you. We miss you. And my final announcement, we're back to a full 2 hours beginning Monday. And Josh, you cannot participate in trivia because you're going to help me with it. I'll talk to y'all Monday. Thank you. I love you. Goodbye. God bless. Have a great day. And remember to make your next move your best move. So long, everybody.